In today's video, we're going to be cooking up a dark melody from scratch, and we're going to be pulling ideas from Playboi Carti production. Now, I don't really be listening to Carti like that, but as in 2024, he's been going crazy with songs like Hood by Air,
You gotta get hot like this, you gotta get hot like me,
and Ketamine.
niggas sound like me, the bitch wanna fight me.
Those songs are sick, but the beats are fire. The melodies are definitely what stand out to me. I like the simplicity and how dark and suspenseful it sounds. So let's just pull up a sound, go to this plugin icon, and I'm gonna just go to my favorites. If you're not saving your favorite preset, you're definitely sleeping on your workflow because it's so easy. All you have to do is just go to the plugin that you like, pick out your preset, go here, and just hold down into a box, and then it will pop up. And then you can just hold it back down and clear it. So I'm gonna just go with the ambient piano. I'm just gonna go to notes. From here, we could pick out a scale. A lot of people sleep on the scales too. Like, you don't only have to go from major and minor. You could also go to the scale like Phrygian. Now with Phrygian, it's just like minor, but it has a flat second. I'm just gonna go back to chromatic. Sometimes I just like this view better. Now for the melody, we don't just want a constant rhythm like. So instead, I want to space out my notes. That sounds good. I think I just want to bring it up an octave so I could just highlight the whole thing, go to transpose, and just bring it up to this A. Yeah. It does sound a bit bright, so what I want to do next is start getting into the effects. It's not about adding like bass notes or adding extra melodies. When it comes to these dark melodies, because it's so atmospheric and kind of washed out sound, so we can go to the shortcut mixer right here. And the first thing I want to do is add a half speed. You can never go wrong with half speed if you're trying to make a bright melody sound a bit darker. With the half speed off, then we can add some flavor to the sound, and that is usually like in the sense of a chorus or a flanger or just anything that makes the sound modulate. I'm gonna go with just the original flanger. And I like a preset called Mutation B. Then if we want more movement and just more space filled out, you can always go with these two effects, delay or reverb. For this one, I'm just gonna go with the delay because there's already reverb on the piano. And I like this preset called dotted 8 delay. Now that sounds cool, but again, it has that constant rhythm and we just want to keep it open. So I'll probably just go down to a quarter note and I'm gonna use a dotted quarter note. That's what the D stands for. That's done for the melody itself. Now what you can do, instead of just adding extra melodies, you can layer your melody. I could go to track 2 and then just add in a new plugin program. But I'm also going to use another favorite of mine, which is this bell called Belly Stack. So now we could just copy and paste the MIDI from track 1 and track 2, which is very easy. Also what you can do is go to this icon, go to MIDI, and then go to send to. So then you can send the MIDI to track 2 or track 3. We're just gonna send it to track 2. And then now if I play it, you can also see the volume coming in from the MIDI. That's cool, but that bell is a bit bright, so you already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna add back in that half speed. But also check out the presets because they do have quite a few on here. And I like the washout preset. It's kind of working as a filter more than like a halftime effect, but that's still cool. And then we could just even throw on another half speed and use a different preset. I like the filter echo. We could change that, loop length so we could have a bit of a slower rhythm. So 1 bar would sound something like this with it off. Yeah, that's fire. With this loop right here, that sounds very loud. It sounds very out of place, but we're gonna make it sound dope. And that's pretty loud, so we're gonna turn that down. And then, you know, put that half speed on it. Now you can hear that it's not sounding in tune because this is in C minor, but we started in A Phrygian with our melody. We don't have to tune the sample. What we can do is actually, this gives us the opportunity to go back to track 1 and see what other key will be better fit for it. Because sometimes you are making dope beats and the artists are saying they like the beats, but it's either taking them a while in the studio to like come up with their lyrics, or they just can't even reach that range. Sometimes they just scrap it just because of it's in the wrong key. Even though they won't tell you that, it's just they know something is off, but they just don't know that's what it is. That just fits a lot more better. The reason why I went up 3 is because now I tuned it to the sample, which is in C. And then for the other effect that I have, you can see this is more of a loop, but that first initial hit just sounds like an effect. Since it's assigned to a program, so if I click assign, you can see that it's highlighted already in yellow. Therefore, I could go to program and anything I edit will be in real time with that pad. So I don't have to reassign the pad. So again, switching from trim to program, and then I could just use this first initial hit. But you can hear this is also not tuned correctly. So what we want to do is go back to trim, find one that does sound right. We don't even need to add anything to that. Now let's hear it with some drums. So that's how you make those dark ambient sounds. The main takeaway is just to use, you know, half note melodies, and instead of thinking that narrow about it, just choose any dark scale and think about effects more than just adding extra melodies on top. Now, if you did like the drum bounce of this beat and you want me to go over the drums, let me know in the comment and that could be the next video. But for now, if you want to learn more about drum bounce, you can watch this video next. Peace.